My name is Gary Dawson. The company is Dynamic Ceramics Northumbria, and I'm its managing director. The company really is a child of government policy about people with disabilities. It's a child of the Northeast's Passionate People, Passionate Places campaign. And Dynamic Ceramics, in some ways, blends the two together. If the regional advertising and image campaign is a great success, which I actually believe it will be, then we will have very, very many more people coming up to the Northeast for probably the first time. And it's what do they take away? What I've done with Dynamic Ceramics is to create products that people will buy because they're very, very high quality. They're made locally by people who live locally, and they'll take away something with the spirit of the Northeast. The Northeast of a vibrant community, the Northeast of people who are passionate about being here. The very first products came off the production line in June last year, so it's about 11 months since we started. When I was thinking of what products will people want to take away as a memory of where they visited, this part of England is the cradle of Christianity, an enormous number of priories and abbeys and monasteries. And yet when I was researching the market, I couldn't find very many products that reflected that. So I thought, let's create a series of products that shows the culture and religion of the northeast of England. We have on our doorstep one of the World Heritage Sites, Hadrian's Wall. I think over 250,000 people from outside our region travel to see it. And yet when I met with site managers and site owners, they said that there isn't anything that shows the depth and the breadth of the World Heritage Site itself. So I thought, well, there's a marketing opportunity because it links to the products that we already manufacture. It's just a series of vibrant, exciting images showing the wall from the East Coast to the West Coast. And we've expanded on that. We've been working with colleagues and friends down at the Science Museum and the National Railway Museum in York, looking at some of the posters that were created by regional artists to encourage people to get out of the city and go and visit the countryside. But everything's related to employment. Everything's related to employing people to do this, and people who've got maybe some disadvantages in life, and this is all for them. The business itself is now driven by technology. When we first started, I thought it became quite obvious that to really explore where this business could go involved telling people what we were doing, and to a certain extent why we were doing it, and what we were manufacturing. We could speak to our own local, regional population through the press, but how could we communicate with people 1,000 miles away who might be very interested in what we're up to, because we are a social enterprise as well as a producer in the manufacturing sector. And I knew that technology could be very friendly to me here. And so we worked hard on designing a website, not just a shop, a visible shop on the internet. I wanted to do more. I wanted to be able to explain why the business was here, who was involved in it, why we were doing things, and let them make contact with us. And it has been unbelievably successful. We capture most of our business now through people responding on our Contact Us page. As of 2 days ago, we had a new customer in Dungeness Lighthouse who is now asking us to replicate some of the images that we do with the Northeast on, and for them to have Dungeness Lighthouse. Now, I couldn't have created that opportunity any other way than using technology. And we have been working hard with colleagues at Net Park in County Durham to help refine our technology, which also helps refine our message. We use technology in every aspect of our manufacturing process. Using technology, we can now create our own images for products, and those can be products that we want to sell directly, or those can be products that come to us from a regional artist who would like their work portrayed in different formats, whether they be on mugs or on other products. And so we will take those images which are produced, we will then manipulate them through our graphic design suites, and then produce transfers which are then applied to the products, and in many cases go straight into the kilns to be fired. And it's a way for regional artists to really explore different ways of doing things and to get to new audiences. And we in Dynamic Ceramics are absolutely up for this challenge 100%. If I create a product now, I think I can bring it to market within 3 or 4 weeks, using technology, using digital imagery, using digital transfer application processes. I can create an image, I can bring a product to market in a fraction of a time that it would have taken less than 10 years ago. And I can do that now. Now, what will I be able to do in 5 years' time? We were very fortunate to receive initial funding from Any Life's Catalyst program less than 10 months ago. And that enabled us to create the website that's now our window on the world. It's a way for people to contact us and for us to be able to be in contact with them. That funding was essential, that Dynamic Ceramics would be a fraction of what it is now if it hadn't been for that initial support. The initial business plan and the business strategy was well crafted. It followed some logical market operation processes. We then used that to be able to move forward and get support where we required it. Everything was built around loan funding. The only grant funding was the introduction of technology, and that has revolutionised the way we have operated ever since. Whilst we're a not-for-profit organisation, we must generate an income. It pays for the roof over our heads, it pays our employees' salaries. And when we make sufficient profit, we will then reinvest that back into the business. And that will be to buy new computer equipment, to capture the new ways of doing business that will come down the line in the next few years. All of the profits that we generate are generated for the benefit of our employees and to grow the business. So whilst the company is a not-for-profit business, it uses its profits wisely to generate more employment, to create new opportunities, and to do things differently. In 11 months, we've gone from a standing start to launching our first products, to bringing in our first employees. During that process, I thought we had a story to tell, a story about how a social enterprise can go from a collection of people who want to create meaningful change in an environment to actually doing it. And I wanted to tell the world about what we'd achieved. We were very fortunate to be in the Journal Business Awards for 2006 in our startup year. I believe there were over 360 companies applied to be in the award itself with the Arts Council's Creative Business category. And we have achieved, I think, enormous success by now being in the final 3. We will be going to the final ceremony, and we will be on the podium, and we will bring back an award. Whether it's gold, bronze or silver, it doesn't matter a bit.